What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Welcome back to another episode.
We back. We on time this time.
We are. Were we late last week?
No, we were fine last week, but we were on a break.
Yeah, we were on a break, but we're back in the groove. We're back in the rhythm.
Getting into it.
How was everybody's week? We hope you're well.
Yeah.
Even though we can't hear you. I mean, you can write to us. Tell us how your week was.
Yeah, we read all of the comments and we respond. We respond to all of them. Speaking of that, between the last episode and this episode, I was reading some comments, and we always tell you guys to talk to us, leave us something nice. But, like, somebody said something not nice.
What did they say?
No, it was the Valley Girl comment.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know, these are not Valley Girl accents. These are Miami, Kendall suburb accents. You need to get it right.
Well, I do say like a lot, so I can understand the confusion.
I mean, I try not to, but sometimes it be like that.
But, like, honestly, who doesn't sound like this?
I don't know.
The vast majority of women and girls sound like us. Some version of us.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, there's only so many deep, husky, sexy female voices.
Exactly.
You know, like, most people don't get that. So, what are you complaining about?
I think most of the podcasts I listen to, they also sound like us.
Yeah.
So, I just don't know. But get it right, Buster. They're from Miami. Don't let me speak Spanish. No, I'm kidding. I can't speak Spanish.
You're big mad.
Okay, no, but my quote relates to that and like a couple of other things.
Oh, okay. Well, give it to us.
Keep in mind, I'm a Sagittarius. I like to be petty. I like to be feisty. I like to be shisty. Like, don't come for me. But...
Wow. I didn't even penetrate that comment. Like, I saw it and I was like, whatever. And I've moved on. Like, every time you bring it up, I'm, like, shocked.
You commented something so nice, and I would have said exactly what I said right now.
It was a nice nasty.
Okay.
It was very, like, thanks, even though you're being rude.
That's
grown. It was, like, it was a bless your heart. You know, a southern bless your heart. It was one of those. It was a nice nasty.
Grown and sexy. We love that for you.
Showing my age.
Yeah. But my quote this week actually comes from one of the shows we're going to talk about today, You.
Okay.
With Joe Goldberg. The quote is, "What I am is all that stands between you and the people who are worse."
Wow. Okay.
So you think our Valley Girl accents are bad? Go listen to the LA bitches and let me know what you think.
Okay.
And also, at work this week, I'm getting used to everything still. But somebody that started right after me was literally there for 3 days and they quit. Like, they resigned on the spot.
Why?
I don't know, personal issues. I don't know what happened with her. But I say that to say, there have been so many jobs that, like, I don't get the position because they think I'm young, they think that I won't take the job seriously, or, like, for whatever reason that they don't pick me. And it just makes me think to myself, I'm actually decent. And I wonder if who you actually hired takes this job seriously, because they probably don't. And I just feel like, you know, nobody's perfect, but at least me, I'm solid.
Hey. Okay.
Yes.
All right, sis, go off.
Right?
Okay. I mean, that's good.
The devil you know.
Hey. And my quote comes from Sex and the City, and Carrie says, "I needed a project to stop my mind from obsessing." And I don't know. I've just been asked like a couple times in the last week, and even what you said last week on the podcast when you were just like, everything feels like it could be like it.
Yeah.
And I've just been faced with a question like, what do you want to change in your life? Are you really happy? Like, what do you want to, like, what's like the next thing for you? And I'm just like, now I'm just like stuck on that in my mind, and I'm like, I need a project. Like, I don't feel like I have anything new to kind of conquer.
Do you understand the psychology of me redoing the backyard in quarantine?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to do something that requires manual labor, but I want like a new challenge.
Okay, we love that.
You know, I don't know if that's going to be professionally, something like a personal project. I don't know if I can like, there's nothing for me to like do over in terms of like my space, but I feel like I need a goal to like work towards.
Yeah, I love that.
Like I'm just kind of coasting a little bit. Like I'm comfortable, like I'm doing what I'm doing, but it's like not up or down. It's not bad. I'm just comfortable. So I feel like I need a project. I want to like sit down this weekend and like take some time and like brainstorm and like map some things out and like figure out what I can like focus on for like the next 2 months or 3 months. Like my birthday's in February, so that's like 4 months away. Yeah. So if I can like map out some sort of like goal to hit until then, like I feel like that's like a good timeline. Yeah. But I gotta sit down and like I need a project.
Yeah. I feel like it's so important to have passion in your life. And I had a conversation a couple of months ago that really stuck with me. It was about a friend. She was complaining about her boyfriend because he had this goal and he would put this goal before anything, even before her. And she was complaining about it, but at the same time, she admired it because she felt like she didn't have that in her life. And it just stuck with me like, wow, do I have that in my life? I mean, we all pursue things, but to actually have like a passion, that's different,
Yeah. Or even just like a hobby. Like I've been saying that for like a year, maybe even 2 years at this point, that I need a hobby that I like actively do and participate in, you know? So I'm really gonna sit down and like get into something that I can just do with my time and like my focus and my energy. Yeah. Because like I've never been the type of person to focus on like dating. Like men come and they go and it's like that's whatever. And I'm not worried about like, maybe I should be, but I'm not like focused on like finding a man.
That can't be all consuming.
That's never my focus. But some people are like that. They're like, I'm dating right now, and it's like that's all they're doing.
I mean, that could be fun if you like that stuff, but that can be draining.
For sure. Also, this is such a side note, but like obviously I'm loving TikTok now after I just trashed it last year. So I eat all of my words. Anything that I had previously said, I take it all back. But I only feel like TikTok is fun now because it's like not just little kids. Like adults are on the platform and now it's interesting to me. So I feel like at the time it was valid that I was like, this is not for me. But anyways, there's so much like dating content on the platform about how to navigate dating apps, how to navigate being on dates, how to like adjust your mindset so you're not set up for failure or set up for getting too excited or whatever. And like, I feel like nobody talks about the things that like I used to do on dating apps, which I found successful. And now I'm just like, I think I need to share my tips and tricks with the TikTok world because I just feel like the common sense practices that like people should be doing, they're just like completely overlooked. And it's like, come on, sis.
No, for sure.
This is like actually very simple. But that's an aside.
You should make TikToks, yeah.
Maybe I'll start doing TikTok content. I don't know.
I know a lot of people who are like famous on TikTok.
I feel like it's so easy to get famous on TikTok.
It's very easy. Like the algorithm is very friendly.
Yeah. I think maybe I'll start it.
I think you should go for it.
Maybe I'll go for it. But yeah. I need a project.
Yeah.
That's the conclusion.
And let's make that the theme for this week, everybody. I feel like I'm doing a health and wellness Oprah type podcast, but like be passionate about something. And for everybody that thinks that means a side hustle, that's not what I mean.
No.
Like, do not start a business. Just be passionate about something that you like.
Yeah, like, just creating something that feels fulfilling and...
Yeah.
Feels like you're putting something out into the world that you enjoy.
Yeah.
And that you're proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not proud of it at first, like, you get to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do it. Paint a painting. I don't know.
Right.
Do something.
I'm not gonna pick up painting, but, like...
I would love to be a painter. I think that's, like, so fun.
If I was a painter, I would be like Jackson Pollock's. Like, it'd be, like, abstract. Like, lots of things going on.
Yeah.
You know?
I think painting is so fun. I want to do it. Okay. Maybe we should have a family painting. Family painting. Anyways, let's get into the show.
I have a funny story to tell you, but I'm not going to bore the podcast with it. Okay, so yeah, let's get into the show. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot to talk about this week.
Yes.
We watched a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Some things that I didn't want to watch.
I made her watch it.
But let's start with the little things and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes.
Cool.
We have been watching The Voice.
Yes.
This season. Miss Ariana Grande is on the judges panel this year.
Yeah, the only reason that we're watching again, because we stopped watching The Voice a couple of years ago.
Yes. And I'm loving it.
Me too.
I can't. I realized, like, this show is a lot of content. It's 3 hours a week. Mm-hmm. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, there's not enough naked bodies for me to watch this much content in a week. Like, yeah. This is not, like, Love Island. Like, you know?
Yeah. I can't even watch that shit.
But I am enjoying it. Mm-hmm. Of course, I am not here for the sob stories like Selena is.
No, you know, I've been skipping through them.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I don't watch all of them.
I have to skip through them. I'm like, everybody has a story. Mm-hmm. I can't care about all of them. Yeah. I just want to see the singing. And it makes me want to, you know, revive my singing career.
No.
Literally, every night, I usually will listen to music to, like, unwind, but I'm, like, listening to my show tunes. I am belting it out in the bathroom. Like,
I cannot with you. That's not where I thought this conversation was gonna go. You bring up this singing career every chance you get.
Maybe I should take vocal lessons.
I think you should do a gig. Go do a show.
Or maybe I can join, like, an adult choir. You know how not like a church choir? You know how they have those, like, touring choirs?
No.
Yeah, it's like...
like the things that grandma watches?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But, like, not a church one. I would want to do, like, secular music.
So, like, an acapella group? You should join an acapella group.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That'd be cute.
That would be cute.
Yeah, go play a coffee shop. I'll go support. I told you this the last time we talked about this on the show. Like, go do a gig.
That would be hilarious.
That would be so funny.
The family would be...
Everybody would just be so confused.
No, the family would be like, we can't let her do this. Can you imagine Miss Donna? She'd be like, Elaine. Oh my god. Anyways, The Voice is really good. They've got some really good vocalists right now. I'm still trying to figure out who has the best team. I think John has some of the strongest singers.
I think Kelly has a really good team too.
Kelly has a really good team too.
Yeah.
And Ariana has a good team, but I just feel like her song selection ain't it.
She's a hit or a miss. But I'm really liking her on the show. I think she looks beautiful.
Oh my god, her glam.
Her outfits. And
her personality.
Yeah. We haven't really seen much of her personality.
She's adorable.
She's so freaking cute.
She's just so, like, tiny and, like, funny and, like, just so adorable.
Yeah, like, I really like her, and that's why I wanted to watch the show, because I feel like in recent years, you know, she's been through a lot, she's been a little mysterious, she doesn't really give us a lot on social media, she barely even writes captions.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I love it too.
Don't change, sis.
Don't change at all. And like her personality on the show, you know, everybody was kind of anticipating, like, what is she gonna be like? And she is so freaking sweet and cute.
And she like cries over everybody she has to get rid of. I just think she's like so cute.
Yeah, love her.
Loving her. Mm-hmm. So tune in if you're into that kind of thing. We're about to get to the knockout rounds, so the teams are getting smaller.
You know what's crazy? Okay, so whenever we watch a singing show, this is what happens. We think the auditions are the best part. Let's watch the auditions.
No.
And then we're like, okay, wait, but the battles are the best. Let's watch the battles. And then you get to the knockouts and you're like, damn, but the knockouts are really good too. We gotta watch that too. Yeah. And then you're at the finale and you're like, damn, I have to finish it.
Right.
So
you're totally invested. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the knockouts are the best in this show. The knockouts
are really good.
Like, I just love that head-to-head kind of...
You get a whole song, they get a whole song,
right,
and you hash it out.
Right.
Love that,
like, too. Leave it on the floor. Mm-hmm. Love it.
And I think they picked the song this time, so hopefully we'll get some good choices.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Ariana's people are not getting good choices.
She's a hit or a miss.
She really is. She keeps trying to do, like, cute popular songs.
Yeah. They're like kind of giving karaoke though.
It's very cover band almost. Yeah. Very wedding band. Anyways. Also last night the Bachelorette started and we've got Michelle that was on, what's his name?
Matt
James's season. She is the third now Black Bachelorette.
There was another Black Bachelorette.
Well, Tayshia's mixed.
Oh, her.
So she is from Minnesota. She's a teacher. I think she's like 30. Or like almost 30.
We love Minnesota. Shout out to Minnesota. Let us know if that's where you're from.
We do. Honestly, there's one guy from Minnesota on the show, and I'm just like, the Minnesota guys, like the one person I know from Minnesota, and then this guy from Minnesota, I'm like, there's something in the water up there. Like, y'all fine.
I feel like the men
y'all
from
real fine.
Minnesota, the men be fine. The men from Ohio be kind of fine too. Like, what y'all doing up there in the Midwest?
There's something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the season started, of course, it was the first episode. There's lots of like drama, the guys, the entrances. There's a lot of corny things. The worst entrance was this poor guy. He's a firefighter, so he came on a toy firefighter truck. He like scooted himself out to her.
What?
Was dressed in like his uniform and then a little like toy hat.
That's giving broke. Where was the real fire truck?
With the light up hat. It was very like kids costume.
But where was the real fire truck?
So that's what his was. And then the guy right after him was also a firefighter, and he came out in the fire truck.
Ay, pobre. Oh my God.
And they had him watching the other guy pull
Why did they do it in that order?
It was so funny.
If the toy one came out afterwards, it would have been funny. But the fact that it came out before, that's so shady.
And then the guy that came out on the fire truck, he was like hot, dark-skinned black guy, ex-football player, clean cut. He came in a suit, homie looking fine. I was like, okay, that's my type. Like, he was hot. He's from Houston, of course.
The poor first guy.
Yeah. It was bad.
No. I mean, I didn't watch the episode. I saw like kind of bits and pieces of it while you were watching it, but some of my coworkers were saying that the men this season weren't that cute.
Yeah, there's a lot of mediocre guys.
Yeah, like one of them said, you know, if I wanted to watch mediocre people, I would go on Tinder.
Yeah, like I think the hottest guys were the guy that got the first impression rose. His name is Nate. He's from, I don't remember, but my problem with him is that he has hoop earrings and a nose piercing.
Oh, hell no.
But he's cute. He's like light skinned, tall, clean cut.
I don't like that.
But you know how I feel about the nose piercing and the hoop earring.
I hate both of those. All of the above.
All of the above.
Men, why do you do that?
It was the little dangly.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
But they have a cute connection. They kissed at the end of their little time together.
So she'd be liking that hoop earring.
Yes.
Okay.
He was hot. This other guy, Joe, she like slid in his DMs because he's from Minnesota, and then he ghosted her. And so he's on the show now, and she's like, "Why are you here? If you ghosted me?" And he was just like, it was at the time of George Floyd, and all of that was going on, and it was just there was a lot of like stuff going on in our city, and I just wasn't really handling it well with like my own mental health and anxiety, and just like the climate of like the year and just the time. And
I was in a little depression during that time too. Like it was like a half quarantine depression and a half like Black Lives Matter depression.
Right. And imagine being in the city that it happened, and their police force is crazy there. Like they are always doing some crazy shit. So what he said made sense, and she was just like, but like I'm a Black woman in the same city as you. Like you could have just said that. And he was just like, well, I didn't know you. I don't know if that's okay to say to you, you know?
He didn't know her anything.
Right.
I believe in ghosting people. I'm sorry.
So do I.
Yeah.
So he's kind of cute, and she kept him around. And this other guy, Clayton, he's hot, he's tall, he's an ex-footballer. Very like, he's got like dimples, but he's got like a strong face.
Okay.
He's
Cute.
kind of hot.
Love that.
And that's really it.
Okay.
As far as like good, like there's literally like 4 good looking guys.
Well, I'll let you watch that.
I'm gonna watch it because I really like Michelle, and the season just looks lit. There's like lots of drama, of course. The men are fighting
As per usual.
and there's lots of crying, even from the men.
They always cry.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good, so I'm tuned into that.
Fun and fresh. Let's talk about another love show. Let's just talk a little bit about Married at First Sight.
Okay.
I haven't watched this week's episode, but I have a lot to say just based on the trailer that was at the end of the last episode.
Yes.
The bitch is crazy.
Michaela. I watched the episode, and
don't tell me what they're fighting about. Like, let's just talk about the fact that we thought he was emotionally immature. She threw a tantrum.
No, and she throws the tantrum hard. She's very combative, and she gets set off really easily. And she's extremely immature and petty. They start to play a game, and they are like, they're like basically like who's most likely to kind of thing, and they're like, who's most likely to be petty in an argument, and everybody was like, Michaela, and she was like, oh, absolutely, it's me. And he was just so turned off from her the entire weekend because they were fighting
They fought the week before. Yeah, at the end of the last episode, he literally said, I'm gonna do what makes me happy, and that means not deal with your bullshit.
Yes. I kind of want to tell you what they're fighting about.
No, don't tell me. I already know it's some dumb shit.
Oh, it's super dumb.
All I need to know is that homegirl literally hit herself in the head.
Yes.
And ran around.
But, like, I understand why he kind of makes her crazy, but her reactions are just totally unnecessary.
I'm sorry. Ain't nobody gonna make me hit myself in the head and run around.
Oh, no.
And jump over a bench and slam a door and, like,
throw glasses and all of that. Like, she takes it to another level.
Ain't no way.
But he makes no fucking sense. Like, can I just tell you?
Okay, fine.
He wants them to, keep having conversations about whether or not they're going to stay together at decision day.
Stupid.
And they're both like, we're not staying married. His reasoning is like, I'm not ready to be married to you in this state.
Because she's crazy.
Literally. But he's like, but I would like for us to, like, date outside of this to see if we could be a thing, because I do think you're cool. Like, I do, like, love you.
I don't think the commitment is going to change anything in their dynamic.
I think, like, what? You're going to divorce me to date me?
Yeah.
No.
That's not going to change anything.
So that is driving her nuts, and I understand that. But, like, sis, what? No. That's not a valid reaction.
Also, she's been the villain all season, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
She's been the villain. Johnny is a close second, but, like, no, she's
Johnny's
the villain.
Number one villain. And so is Ryan. Ryan is really...
I don't think Ryan's the villain. I think his girl is messy and he don't like it.
Yeah, but now...
Okay, do you remember at the end of the last episode when Pastor Cal gave her homework, like, ask him when this relationship went wrong? And she was supposed to ask him, like, two other questions.
And she did it.
Yeah, okay, and that just shows how their relationship has devolved. You know, she keeps saying, he won't talk to me. He's scared that he's gonna hurt my feelings. But she is scared to get her feelings hurt. And he can obviously tell. She can't even ask him the hard questions. How is he supposed to talk to you when you won't even ask him what you want to know?
I thought that was very weird. The fact that she, like, literally was like, oh, that's it.
No, that's their whole relationship.
Yeah.
She is scared of rejection.
Yeah.
And she won't ask him anything. And he can tell, and he won't tell her anything.
And I don't understand why she won't. She's so aware that they haven't had any real conversation of depth, but she's still allowing that to happen. She's like,
yes.
She's not proactively trying to have any conversations with him about anything.
And that's why I don't think he's the villain here.
Mm. Points were made.
They both have issues. Mm-hmm. I don't want to talk about Johnny and Bao anymore. I mean, I don't want to talk about Johnny and Bao either. Like, I don't know what happened to them in this past episode. I need to watch and then we can discuss more in depth, but they're also just a fucking mess.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
They're done.
Okay, update. I think only Mirla and Gil are staying together. Oh, no. Mirla and Gil and Rachel and Jose.
Rachel and Jose are good, too.
Those are the two couples that are going to stay together.
Yeah.
Which I feel like before, we would have like a 50-50 success rate with the couples. Over the years, it's gotten worse. Now, I feel like we literally only have a 2 of 5 success rate, 2 of 6 sometimes. How many couples are there? 5
there
or 6?
5 couples.
The new average is 2 of 5.
Or 1.
Yeah.
Yikes. It's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how they match these people anymore.
Me either. I don't know. I would say, like, they need to consult some of the European shows, like Australia, but, like, their success rate isn't very good either. Like,
it's horrible.
In the beginning, those couples seemed so good, and they all mash up in the end.
There was 2 of, like, 10 couples that stayed together.
Literally. And one of them had to leave the show in order to stay together.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was wild. I don't know. Let's move on. Let's get into the meat and potatoes.
My favorite. If you guys know me, you know that I love this toxic ass show. We're talking about You on Netflix. Well, formerly on Lifetime. And funny enough, I actually watched it while it was on Lifetime. I thought it was a little bit better on Lifetime than Netflix, but I digress. It's still good. So I've been following this show from the beginning, and it is just so freaking good. If you guys don't know what show that I'm talking about, you're living under a rock.
Literally.
It is about Joe Goldberg. We meet him in New York, and he is a stalker. He's a psychopath, but
he's a murderer.
He's a murderer, but he's somewhat relatable because it's told in first person. It's told in his point of view. You're constantly hearing his internal monologue. And yes, he's crazy. Yes, he's full of himself and he thinks that he's better than everybody. But, like, he's kind of witty and he's kind of funny. And he says all the things that we also think. The only difference between us and him is that he acts on them and that he's a psychopath. But I feel like the show plays out as, like, yes, we all have these thoughts, but what would happen if you actually did them? You know, we've all had those hard moments where it's like, I want to look through my partner's phone. What are they doing? Do you do it? No. Joe does it. He hacks into the phone. He gets every message that his girlfriend gets. It's one of those things. And then you see it play out and you're like, wow, that's what would happen if I was crazy. Or just like little things. And I actually compiled some quotes that were somewhat relatable just to showcase my point of why I think the show is good.
And Cece is doing all of this because I am on the total opposite end of the spectrum. Like, I don't think there is anything relatable or endearing about him. I don't think he is attractive enough to be acting like this. I don't think he's that funny or special or at all that interesting.
Anyways, these are some of the things he says that resonated with me. So, he does a lot of Instagram stalking, which, I mean, we're all
Instagram
culprits of Instagram stalkers, and we pass judgments about the way that other people present themselves online. Mm-hmm. So, in one quote, he says, "Your social networks lie. They say you're carefree, but underneath that, you seem to be someone authentic." And this is from season 1 where he meets Beck and she tries to be like that fun girl, but deep down he knows that like that's not really it. Another quote, "Love is complicated." Another quote, "I'm human, I make mistakes." Another one, "I'm not wrong with you and I'm going to help you get the life you deserve." Social networks make you vulnerable and offer nothing in return. Nice little, you know. Beck in season 1 says, "That's sad. People buying books because of what's popular and not because they want to be moved or changed in some way." And then Joe says, "Yeah, it's an epidemic." You know, it's a little insightful. And in season 2, he says, "The universe has a funny way of keeping us humble. That beating was karmic. I know it. I did a bad thing today, but for a good reason. And if there is any justice in the world, you are the reward for all of my suffering." He's self-reflective. He's self-deprecating, okay? Then he says this in season 1 about love. "Turns out it is like the movies. The second it's over, all you can remember is the stuff that made you fall in love. Blazing through your mind, this rom-com montage is made of the sweetest poison." Mm-hmm. The writing is good for the show, okay? I'll give you one
You're
more.
You're referencing a lot of season 1 when it was on Lifetime.
My point. I'll give you one from season 1 that I love, and then I'll give you one from season 3 that we're gonna get into. Mm-hmm. This kind of goes back to the craziness, but it kind of shows that we all have a little bit of crazy in us. So when he first meets Beck, his girlfriend that he eventually fucking kills, his coworker says to him, "I'd be Googling the hell out of her right now." And Joe responds to him, "That's pretty aggressive, Ethan." But isn't this what we all do? I mean, he just takes it the little step further.
That's pretty aggressive when he stalked her?
Yes.
To even bag her?
Okay, the show is also, I think it's meant to be a satire. Okay. A quote from season... Oh, wait, I have to talk about this one, too. "Sometimes we do bad things for the people we love. It doesn't mean it's right. It means the love is more important." Okay. Season 3.
I don't know.
Okay, so some season 3 quotes. "Marriage is a game. We know this because now he's married to his psychopath counterpart, and they're constantly playing mind games with each other." Mm-hmm. Another one. "The more I know, the less I understand." And one of my favorites, to bring it all back to the satire, "Why is male small talk so terrible?" Which every time I see men talk on TV shows, I'm just like, that's really what y'all be talking about?
Yes.
And you guys are best friends.
Male friendship is literally built on nothing.
Absolutely nothing. You both like sports. They don't even talk about women half the time. And I feel like women are constantly talking about men. But anyways, that is why I like the show, and that is why I relate to Joe. And I feel like the writing of the show is very well done, very insightful. I don't know.
I think he is like, I don't know, I just feel like he's every pretentious white guy that's like impressed with himself.
He's
like,
a psychopath. He's supposed to be impressed with himself.
Yeah, but it's like, in actuality, he's not that great.
That's the point.
But, like, I can't... You know how I feel about shows when I don't like the characters.
Oh.
There's nothing for me to latch onto in any of these characters. They killed off the one girl that I thought was pretty. And I'm like, okay, now I have nothing to even look at.
Mm.
So it's like, for me, he's not redeeming enough for me to get into him. Like, he's not... I don't know. Like, I feel like he's just not interesting. There's something about him to me that just seems very, like, middle America white guy that just, like, is crazy. But is not really... Like, obviously he's got... Like, he was bullied as a child. He killed his mom's boyfriend who was abusive. He was sent to a home. You know, he's obviously got some psychological issues that were planted in him from when he was a child. He suffered trauma, abandonment, all of those things. So as he's grown up, he has developed this kind of like personality which has kept him isolated from a lot of people and protective of himself. But I don't know, even in his like psychopathness, it's just not interesting to me. Like, I don't know, like, it just is not... It's like, what's the reason? What's the point?
Okay.
You know?
I think the show is very layered, and I think the point of the show is that him being a psychopath is the most interesting thing about him. He's supposed to be ordinary Joe. They even named him Joe. He's supposed to be the normal, unassuming guy that you don't look at. He works in a library. He likes books. He's always quoting Fitzgerald, which nobody reads anymore. He's supposed to be that normal guy that you don't think about because that is the psychopath. The psychopath is not the person that you think it is. It's your friend. It's your coworker. It's the person that you least suspect.
I get that.
Yeah, and I think that was the point of season 1, and season 1 was a little bit darker in that sense.
Maybe I just don't like the actor. Like, maybe, like, there's just not enough for me to, like, I just, like, am not into him. Like, I don't think he's good looking enough, and... I'm just, like, not attached to his personality in any way.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, it's, like, this man is just crazy. The girl, Love, like, she is, I don't know. She's, like, not pretty enough for me. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they're, like, not good looking enough for me to get past the crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds really shallow, but, like, that's how I watch TV. Like, if you're not going to be a good person, like, somebody I can root for... then I'm just like, you've got to be hot.
Yeah, I feel you. No, I completely understand. And I'm watching this show because I like the character. And, like, I don't mind watching a satirical show where crazy things happen, you know? Like, all these people are dying. Nobody in the town suspects it's them. They're getting into these schemes. Like, I enjoy a show like that. But, like, my heart really lies in season 1. Because I feel like season 1 was what the show was supposed to be. It's supposed to be the tale of the girl that everybody loved, that something terrible happens to her and you think, oh my god, it's the boyfriend. And we see that story play out in real life so much, but it's like women never really know what to look out for. And in season 1 you see all these little red flags and Beck just lets it go, and it's like, that's what I liked about the show.
I actually think season 1 was a lot more layered in that way, and I do think Netflix has dumbed it down. Even it's not as dark anymore. Like, even the way it's shot, like, it looks totally different now that it's on Netflix, and it makes it more cartoonish, which doesn't give an element of, like, intrigue to me.
Okay.
I think that's where I'm really having a problem with it also.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's gonna be a dark show, be dark. But it's, like, bright and light and, like, the blogger ass. I don't know. It's just, like, too... It kind of feels like... Oh, what was that movie? With, This is probably too old. You probably don't know this movie. But it's, like, it's almost like Stepford Whitefish, you know?
Yeah.
In the sense that it's like this pretty picture with like this underlying like sinister aspect of it, but it's not sinister enough to give the mood of like there's something sinister happening.
No,
like,
definitely.
You know?
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like Netflix does this with a lot of their shows, but the show has always tried to critique social media. Season 1, it's because social media has opened our doors for people to stalk us, to literally learn everything about our lives and use it against us. But now they're critiquing social media in the sense of, oh, this is so dumb, you're so obsessed with yourself. And it's like, that is not the best critique. Even you were saying a little bit earlier, like, who cares? Let people like what they like. If they want to blog and they want to post about something, they should be allowed to. And that wasn't the original intent behind the critique.
No. And I feel like that is a really, like, shallow critique of social media and of influencers.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can say what you want about influencers, but there's a reason why everybody follows them.
Yeah.
So it's not this like game of fluff. Like, these people are making real money. They are selling real product. Like, you know, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So that kind of critique is just like so 10 years ago to me.
Like, I don't understand people who are like, social media is so dumb, you're dumb for liking it. Like, who the fuck cares? But I could understand somebody that approaches it from the Fitzgerald standpoint, that they're on the outside looking in, and he's like, you guys are all living these fake, shallow lives, and I'm gonna use that against you, you know?
I get that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm gonna watch the show.
Have you finished the season?
No, I'm like halfway through.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, but I do have to admit, like, season 1 just was something that cannot be recreated on Netflix. And if you guys haven't watched it, just watch season 1 and leave it at that. Like, I feel like that season could stand alone, and we did not need a whole new storyline of Joe in 2 new cities.
Yeah. Do you watch Ozark?
No.
Ozark visually kind of looks like how season 1 looked. You know, it's like dark and moody. Like, I feel like that's what's missing from the show right now.
Yeah.
Season 3. Like, the bakery, I was just like, I'm not with this.
Yeah.
I watched the first 2 episodes, and I'm just like, and then they're in therapy. And I'm just like, what jokes?
But in season 1, Joe was in therapy too. And that aspect of it was interesting because, like, usually a psychopath, they think they're above everybody and they're not really self-reflective. But the fact that he was self-reflective and he, like, in season 1, he acknowledged the things that were wrong with him and he still did the things that were bad, like, it was just crazy to watch it all play out. But now they're in therapy to just, like, be kind of cute and insightful, like, oh, I'm scared that people won't accept me if they know that I'm crazy. But it's like, and?
Right. Like, are we really supposed to accept the psychopath, the murderer?
Exactly.
Like, girl.
Yeah. The point of the therapy this season was not... Nothing that the show is doing now is not how it was initially done and the intent.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm just, like, not into it. And, like, haven't we seen enough women get murdered on TV?
No, I completely agree.
Like, God, like, find someone else to kill. What about the men?
What about the men?
I really want someone, but, like, not Netflix. Netflix, close your ears.
Yeah.
There's a old mafia movie of this. It's, like, the rival mafia comes in and kills all the men. It's called La Bella Mafia.
Oh.
And Lil' Kim used that title for one of her albums. But that movie is, like, so good. And all the women are left all the women and the kids are left alive. They come in and kill all the men. They're like all on this huge family vacation in this big chateau. And then the women rise up, take over the mafia and seek revenge on the rivals. And like, I would just love something like that. Like, let's get some fucking badass women that are like left down and out and like rip the fucking men to shreds.
I'm with it. I'm so
like,
with it.
I just need some revenge porn in the... Like, I need to see some men die.
I'm dead.
You know, like, I just am sick of seeing women and children being abused and murdered.
Yeah, I think violence against women as a genre is sick as well. I only like it when it's done in a new and fresh way, like though for the one time with season 1 of You. But yeah, it's so played out. We don't need that. And where are all like the badass female directors and showrunners and writers? Because like, I just feel like the feminist content lately has been not good.
I don't think so either. Like,
I'm tired of the girl boss, I'm gonna start a business. Like, nobody gives a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I'm over the girl boss trope.
Yeah.
I'm also over the damaged woman trope.
Yeah.
I also don't like the like the hot mess self-destructive girl. Like,
yeah,
that was my problem with Insecure.
It's no longer relatable. I want somebody like cool. Give me like a fighter, like a drug dealer, somebody like, I don't know, just different. Come different. I like the Girlfriend Experience.
I love the Girlfriend Experience.
Yeah.
Did you... Oh, you didn't watch that. Did you ever watch The Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce?
No, I didn't.
I love them. They were like... The one woman was like getting divorced. She was a writer that based all of her books on like the success of her marriage and raising her children. And it was just like everything that she had written about and built her career on, her brand on, was taken away with her divorce. And she had to reinvent herself, and she was dating and her friends were fabulous.
I like that.
And like, you know, they were just dynamic. Same thing with like even younger. Like, I just love like good women that are like working and living and like dating and
doing normal
regular
things.
Life. And like, you know, sometimes they make mistakes, sometimes they're a little messy, but they're not just like out here being ridiculous.
Yeah. Once again, you need to watch Love Life on HBO, because that show is also like that. I just remembered. But yeah, I'm tired of all the dramatic tropes.
Did you ever watch The Flight Attendant?
No. Remember, I didn't like it because it was a comedy.
The Flight Attendant was good. That was dynamic. Have you ever watched, oh my God. Did I talk about this last week?
What?
Oh, I did talk about this with Jessica Chastain. What's the show called? A Marriage Story?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Did you ever watch her movie Molly's Game?
No, but I've been dying to watch it.
You need to watch that.
Oh my God, it's on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, Jessica Chastain is like so good.
I love her.
But that story, it's based on a true person. And she is just like such a dynamic person. Like, her life story is crazy. Like, she went through some crazy shit. She's like she used to deal, she ran a card game, and then like the mob got involved and they beat her up, and like all this crazy shit happens to her. But like, she realized, and she was like an Olympic athlete, and she's just very layered, and like there's this whole like psychological break that she goes through, and it's just like very interesting. And I love those kinds of stories. Like, if you've seen Molly's Game, like, she's just dynamic and independent, and she's not like strung out on a man and like being someone's side chick, or she's independent, she's rich, she's badass, she's not afraid of anything.
She's real. It's because that was a real person.
Right. And like, the fake people that they're writing is just like, who do they know?
Yeah.
Or who don't they know? I just feel like there's so many dynamics that they could play up on, and they're just not.
There's so many amazing women out there. Tell those stories. Don't tell these fake, weird stories.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Okay. Well, that's our TV.
That is our TV. I mean, let us know what you think. Let us know if you're watching You. Are we all watching You? I love that little play. Anyways, yeah, let us know. And let us know what you think about these, this new gen femme movies. Movies and shows.
Yeah. And then also, they don't make rom-coms anymore. So that's no longer, like, that kind of, like, I'm messy, I'm finding love. Like, that's not a genre anymore either on its own.
It's like women can't be looking for love no more. Like, y'all don't want us looking for love. What happened to those cute little movies?
No, everyone that's like, every female relationship that's written now is like messy. It's like not real. They're just like fuck buddies. It's just like very like, no.
I'm not a fan. Where's the new Sex in the City besides Love Life? Because it did kind of remind me of Sex in the City.
All right, guys, it is time for tea.
Time for tea. Clink, clink.
Let's get into the celebrity gossip. And just to continue this TV conversation, I want to talk about Sex and the City, the reboot. We haven't talked about it in a while. But the longer it's taking to be filmed and the more press shots they keep putting out. Like, I just don't understand why we're seeing, like, every outfit, everything, every scene of them walking down the street. Like, why are we getting, like, professional photos of the set?
That's what they would do.
I'm hating it.
That's what they would do back in the day to, like, create buzz, I think. And then also, they kind of did that for the Gossip Girl reboot. Do you remember? And they were, like, showcasing all the outfits. But those went over well because the outfits were cute and they had a budget. These outfits are from Forever 21.
Yeah, they're not giving. I did love that blue dress, the Norma Kamali dress. Did you see that look?
No.
And the white blazer.
I haven't seen it.
Oversized blazer. Oh my gosh, she looks so good. Carrie. They're calling it like the new Carrie dress.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Hold on. I'll find it for you.
But nothing can be as she looks fabulous.
Fabulous.
Okay, the new Carrie dress. We love that.
Yeah, apparently the blue is already sold out. Like, you can actually buy the dress. It's Norma Kamali.
Love that. Okay, but, like, nothing can be more iconic than the pink dress.
Or even the naked dress.
Oh, the naked dress.
Like, there's a couple Carrie dresses. There's the naked dress. There's the pink dress. There's the Dior newspaper dress. That was an iconic one. You know, there's a couple quintessential This Is Carrie looks. But, like, the longer this goes on, like, the less and less I want to see it. Like, now she's, like, dating. She's going on dates. Like, her and Big are done, really. And we see her with other men outside of the brownstone. And I'm just like...
Why they did that to her?
I just cannot.
I mean, I get it, but, like, then why is Big in the show? Did he only film a couple of scenes of them getting divorced? Or are they going to be, like, messy and trying to get back together again? Because that does not send a good message. I don't want to be in a mess with the same man I've been in a mess with when I'm 50 years old.
Yeah, that you were in a mess with at 30.
Yeah, that's sick.
I just... Yeah, it's really the wrong message. Like, I can't believe that she would have gone through all of that with Big to just break up with him in her 50s.
Yeah, and I'm still mad that also Miranda divorced Steve.
Is that what's coming?
No, remember they divorced in the last movie? And they were co-parenting? Sex in the City 2. He cheated on her and she couldn't get over it?
Yeah, but don't they get back together?
No, baby. They are, like, done. I watched the second movie recently and, like, they were trying to co-parent and be nice, but they were not together.
But remember at the end of the first one, they got back together. Remember they meet on the bridge. Remember he had cheated in the first movie. And... they're going to couples counseling. And then at the end of it, they meet on the bridge halfway through Manhattan and Brooklyn.
Oh, I remember that.
And they got back together.
They did get back together.
I don't think in the second one they're broken up.
Okay. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about
in
the first
one.
movie.
Yeah, but they get back together at the end. So I think in the second one they're still together.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like not looking forward to this, and I don't know. Every press picture I see, I just get less and less excited.
Yeah. I wanted them to reboot Sex and the City with, like, new characters. I don't want the old haggard characters. Like, I know they're not haggard, but, like, they're a little haggard.
I think it's funny that they're on this, like, we're not dyeing our gray hair tip just so we can show that people can women can age gracefully. And I'm just like, you New York fabulous women would never not dye your hair.
Never. Like, never, never, never. That is so not Carrie.
And Carrie would not be caught dead outside in a sock and a sandal, a Birkenstock sandal.
Candace Bushnell, where are you? I was listening to her on a podcast the other day, and she was talking about the reboot, and she seemed excited, and I was just like, why?
Yeah, I think she's involved.
But, like, I don't get it.
I think she just has, like, a long history with them. And, you know, it's like, my friends are here and we're doing something. And it's great. But, like, no.
No, I'm not a fan.
Because, you know what I also don't like? I don't like that. I don't think that women should be held to a standard that they can't age gracefully and just let themselves age naturally. Like, I don't think that everybody needs a facelift. I don't think that you need to be filled with Botox. I don't think you even have to dye your hair. Like, I love when women go gray. Like, It's one of my favorite things. But you can be gray. You can be un-Botox. You can be un-plastic surgeried. And you can still be stylish. You can still be put together. You can still
can still be yourself.
Yeah, you can still take pride in your looks. And just because you're getting quote unquote older doesn't mean that you have to lose yourself and your love for that.
Yeah, you can
when
still
you
be
age.
You can still be fabulous.
Like, I love TikTok of, like, older TikTok. Like, I follow all these women that are in their 60s, this one woman that's in her 70s, and they are the most interesting people on TikTok. Like, they are stylish, their homes are fabulous, like, they're so put together. Like, I just love them. And I just feel like these pictures are not giving that.
I seem so sad, but anyways, drumroll please. Drumroll. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker are engaged.
This is the story of the week. This is all anybody has talked about. The pictures have been reposted 1,000,001 times at this point.
They are everywhere. Oh my gosh, everybody seemed to be talking about it that first day.
Yes.
Everyone that I encountered that day was talking about it.
Yes, it was everywhere. First of all, congratulations.
Congratulations.
So happy for them.
The proposal was beautiful. The ring is a rock.
The ring is... That's not a bling. That is a blang. Okay?
Yeah. I wonder if it's heavy. That has to be heavy on your finger, Kourtney. I'm jealous.
The band is, like, so thin. I love a thin band with a big rock. And I love that it doesn't have a halo. I hate a halo.
I hate it too.
I love that it's, like, an oval shape, like, not a very popular shape.
You know, I wanted an oval ring initially, but I changed my mind.
I really like it. I think it's classic and gaudy, and I just love this for them. I was listening to a podcast and somebody was talking about them, and they were saying, and I think this hit the nail on the head, which is what I was kind of telling you the other day. Because I was like, in my head, I was like, they're definitely gonna get married or be together for forever after he went on the plane ride. Like, the fact that she got him on a plane after the crash and all of that, I was just like, this is real love. This is the real deal. This
speaks
is
volumes.
Safety and security and support on a level that he clearly hasn't had.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we are seeing Kourtney in a whole new light. Everyone's like, this is so not like her. Like, this is a public proposal. She's getting proposed to on their new show that they're filming for Hulu.
Yes.
And they're like all over the place.
She's a new bitch.
But not even just a new bitch.
She's
like,
coming different.
I think she's just, and going back to the podcast that I was listening to, they said that he's such an like really authentic person, and he's so famous and so rich that he doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do. And that's really Kourtney's main MO in life. She's like, I don't want to have to do these stupid fucking photo shoots for everything, because that's not what I want to do. I don't want to have to film all of these shows because that's not what I want to do. I don't want to have to feed this monster of fame that you guys think is so important, because that's not what's important to me. And I feel like she has finally found in Travis that like, I'm famous and I have a career and like real passion for the life that I'm living and the work that I do. And I don't need to do anything outside of this other than what I want to do. She likes to travel. So does he, clearly. Like, he has passion for something outside of himself. He loves music. I feel like Kourtney probably admires that and has never been with somebody that had that kind of energy for like life or any one thing.
How about never been with someone who's had a real job?
Or that. And I just feel like he has opened her up in a way that she didn't really get with Scott or with Giannis. And she probably didn't even think was possible. Like, she's always like very like, I'm depressed, I'm sad. But she hasn't stopped smiling.
Yeah.
Since she's been with Travis. And I just feel like he brings out that like, this authentic side of her that she's been looking to tap into and never been able to, because she just feels like bogged down with her family obligations.
Oh, of course.
And this has like, her relationship with him has been like freeing for her in a way.
Yeah, no, for sure. I could see that. And you know what I could also see? You know when you're kind of like on the outside looking in and you think something is dumb, but it's because you don't understand it. She's finally feeling that real love, and like the things that she probably thought were cringy or that she didn't like, you know, she said on the show, I don't believe in marriage. And now look at her.
Right.
Like, it's almost like now that she's feeling that right feeling, all of that just went out the window, because now she gets it.
Yeah. And they've only been together for like 10 months.
No, when you know, you know.
Yeah, like, it's just so like real for them. I just like love this for her. I thought the social media like commentary and discourse was interesting. It was a lot of
Is Scott okay?
Is Scott okay?
Somebody check on Scott.
And I think the answer to that is no.
He is not okay.
He's not okay. We know he's not okay.
Severely unwell.
We know he's not okay.
Yeah.
And I hope that he can handle that in a responsible manner.
I hope so too.
Because you know we love Scott. But also people were like, you know, this is what happens when you're with the wrong person and yada, yada, yada. And they lead to the right person. And, you know, don't settle for anybody that's going to give you less. And it was a lot of conversation about, like, who was right and wrong in Kourtney and Scott's relationship and, like, who let who down. Because obviously Scott wanted to marry Kourtney, but Kourtney was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then it was also that Kourtney was dealing with Scott's crazy and his issues, and she never felt safe enough to marry him.
Yeah.
So that whole like back and forth, like what side of the coin was right or wrong was interesting to see, because it's like, that's irrelevant. The relationship was not, it didn't work.
Yeah. I mean, she gave him chance after chance after chance. Like, the only person Scott has to blame is himself. And that sucks. But sometimes you just have to lie in it. You know, these are my issues. This is what I did.
These were my choices that I made.
And you have to own it. And you have to live with yourself.
Yep. But yeah, very happy for them. It was gorgeous. I loved it.
Absolutely.
Just, I can't wait for the wedding. Like, is it going to be all black?
Ooh.
Like,
imagine.
Like, it's giving me Christine Quinn vibes.
I love a black wedding dress.
Me too.
I think it's fabulous.
I love like a dark wedding. I kind of want a dark wedding.
I love that.
Like very moody.
Sometimes I think I want a dark house too.
Oh, I definitely want a dark house.
Like, I want a black kitchen. I
want a black bedroom. I'm dying for a black bedroom.
I would love... Have you seen, like, those dark gray bathrooms, too? Like, I would love just, like, a dark gray bathroom. Everything moody. I think that's such a vibe.
Me too.
If you guys like dark interiors as well, and Adriana, this is for you. I follow this blogger, YouTuber lady named... her channel is called House of Valentina. And her house is, like, all black interiors. It's fabulous. Ooh. It's gorgeous.
I follow a bunch of the House of Valentina.
Yeah, House of Valentina. My YouTube is all home decor people.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, is that her house? Yeah.
Oh, I like this. This is very much my vibe.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's very, like, dark and glam. Yes.
Oh my god. Yes. This is very... like Lenny Kravitz. Mm-hmm. Like Lenny Kravitz's Paris house, his Paris apartment, that's like my ultimate. Like I love like that. I would love to find like an old house and like remodel it, but not like change a lot of stuff. Like I would love a house with like that old kind of like molding that's all over the walls.
Like a little Victorian Parisian vibe.
Parisian vibe. Like that is my ultimate. And then do like really modern furniture, lots of great art.
Yeah.
Like really minimalistic, but with that kind of like old world, over the top, glamorous kind of house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this.
Right? Love her vibe. Yeah. Okay, but she's an interior designer. So those
these are
might
different
be
houses.
Yeah, some of these might be clients and then some of them are her house. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Okay. That's really all I wanted to talk about is Kourtney.
Let's talk a little bit more about this family. Let's talk about Kanye.
Oh my god, Kanye.
I don't know what happened to Kanye's hair. I don't know if he was attacked by a wombat, a mountain lion. I don't know what animal would do that to his head, but it looks like he was attacked.
No, he attacked himself.
You don't understand. Our mom and me laughed about Kanye's hair for a solid 35 minutes.
I don't know if you guys have seen the photos, but Kanye appeared this week at an airport or like a coffee shop or somewhere.
I think he was at a coffee shop.
And he looked like his hair had been like cut in a, as our mother put it, in a fit of madness, a fit of rage.
A fit of madness.
A fit of madness. Like he looked like he was halfway through a haircut on himself and then just like decided to stop. But at first it started out with like him carving like yay into his head.
And then it just looked patchy and crazy.
It just
like Kanye's hair sounds like like if his haircut could make a sound, that's what it would sound like.
It was crazy looking. And then he proceeded to travel. And while he was traveling, he wore a plastic, like, alien head mask.
It was a white man mask.
White man mask, but there was, like, a green one also.
Oh, I didn't see the green one. I just saw the white man.
Yeah, he wore that while he met with Michael Cohen, of all people.
The green one or the white man?
The green one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's getting weird. It's getting really weird. Like, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, and then he officially changed his name to Ye. So he's no longer Kanye West. He's Ye. Just Y-E.
It's starting to give, like, how Diddy likes to change his name.
Yeah. You know? No, but Diddy has a first and a last name.
That's true.
Like, who the hell just goes by Ye? I wonder if Ash Archangel has a last name. Like, is he Ash Archangel Musk? No, but maybe he's just Ash Archangel.
No, I think his last name is Musk.
Oh.
I would hope so.
I mean, you never know. You never fucking know. Anyways, last piece of news. Gunna, rapper, and Chloe Bailey, singer,
have been spotted.
They've been spotted together. They're dating. He posted her on his story. They were at a basketball game together, courtside. What do you guys think of this relationship?
I think she's like way too pretty for him.
Right. Chloe's the one that just released the new song, right?
Yes.
She's a baddie.
She is a baddie.
Yeah. And I thought their brand was gonna be more like wholesome, but she is like stepping out.
She's always kind of served. Like, there was people were saying like, oh, you know, like now she thinks she's like older and she wants to be all sexy. She's trying too hard. But then they posted like some old clips of like their YouTube videos before they were famous. And she was always kind of like working and twerking.
Okay.
Even within their little twosome. So I think like she's always kind of had this kind of like sassy, sexy side to her. And now she's just like old enough to be like feeling it and like be able to own it and have like some control over it.
Do we know how old they are?
I think she's like 22.
Okay.
And the younger one's like 19, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. But I don't know, Gunna's cool, but I just think he cannot dress. Like, he always looks crazy to me, and he's just not attractive.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of rich men out there for the girls to date, and the girls just be dating, like, these random guys. Like, Gunna?
Oh, Halle is 21 and Chloe is 23.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I see the vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought their brand was supposed to be so wholesome.
I think it started out that way. But I think with age, you break out.
Yeah. But it was like 5 minutes ago that they were being wholesome singing, and that's just how we do it.
I feel like that was kind of like not that wholesome though. Like, that video is kind of like, it's not like sexy, but it's like, it's cute. They're like twerking and stuff.
But it's not Chloe slapping her ass.
No.
It's not her in a split, bended over.
No.
Okay, there's levels. You could be like a little cute and sexy, and then you could be like slapping your ass bent over in a split.
True. No arguments there.
Yeah, but I love her energy, love her. Do I like this relationship? I don't know. The verdict is still out.
I don't know anything about his personal life. You know, there's just some celebrities that you like do not pay attention to. He is one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all we have for you today, right? Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the TVNT podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to us wherever you are listening. You know all the places. Wherever you're listening to us, please leave us a 5-star review. Tell us something nice.
Only if it's nice. No Valley Girl accent comments.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and to give this video a thumbs up. And we will be back next Saturday with another episode to serve up the tea on the latest TV and pop culture news. Bye, guys.
Bye.